I'd love to hear from you, Leanne, about your
Sure.
background and how you came together with Lisa to create Elevated Educators and what sort of work you're doing at the moment in schools.
Absolutely. So, as Lisa said, I'm a clinical psychologist. I've always loved working with kids. So, through my training and when I started working, I always tended to working with kids, adolescents, and their families. I also love working with people with different brain styles, so ADHD, autism, learning difficulties. And recently was working in a clinic with developmental pediatricians, so that was a big part of our caseload. But the more I worked, the more I came to see that working directly with children in isolation was actually not the most effective way of doing it. Kids who are struggling, to give them the responsibility of making the changes is actually just putting more, asking more of them. And so I increasingly moved towards doing parent work and supporting parents, supporting the people around the child. And that made a big difference. But I'd often said, Lisa, we're working really hard on this, and then this happened, and at school, and then, and just bouncing through, or we've made these recommendations, and it's not really happening, and what do you think's going on? And getting Lisa's insights into what was going on and why that could be tricky for the teacher and why what we're asking for may not actually be practically implementable when it's one kid in a class of 30, or suggesting tweaks to, well, what about if you do this? Because that would actually work better. And seeing shifts in that made a big difference. But also sometimes would be reframing with parents that, the teacher's doing this and I want to escalate and I want to complain. I'd say, well, maybe the teacher is trying their best also. Maybe the teacher actually, what you should be doing is, rather than complaining about the teacher, are there ways that we could maybe see to give the teacher more information, to give them more support, to ask school management if there are things that can lighten the teachers' loads, that they have more capacity for these things we're asking. And that created a big shift also. So, there's so much out there in psychology and an increasing awareness of supporting parents for the benefit of kids. But I
Yes.
think we've still got a way to go in terms of recognizing how beneficial it can be to teachers. And, as through our course, as we've been working with teachers, sometimes those shifts in, being able to reconnect with why they came to teaching, where their passion lies, what their values are, helping them reframe challenging behavior, helping them manage those challenging moments has huge impacts. They're reporting it really shifts the whole classroom dynamic.